State will kick it off, and we will be underway. Coming out with it, it's Fletcher. Stopped at the 26, brought it out in the end zone, picked up an extra yard. Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll try the run. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Tight end now in motion. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. He was thinking touchdown all the way, but he got it down to the 26-yard line.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
This offense has it with really good field position. Looking for a man. It's Hoover. Steps away. Makes the catch. It's Wallace. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Caught in the backfield, it's Cobb. Guided out of bounds, they'll mark him down at the 14.
Well, after getting that takeaway, this offense is needing some points, and that's a big completion there on 3rd down. Good job reading the coverage. The offense is going to stay on the field. They want to keep this momentum going, and that last completion, that was big.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. On the ground, it's Cobb. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. It's 4th and 8, and never a hesitation. They'll go for it. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Well, based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the second quarter as we get ready to get things started. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wide receiver going in motion. Making side adjustments here. Looking for a man. It's Hoover. Dumps it to the back. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down mark.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
The Longhorns can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Bears the pressure. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. They might be thinking back-to-back big plays after that last one. 1st and 10 from the 32. Use the play fake, now to throw. Zings it complete to the right. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. Let's see what they've got on second down. From the gun, running back on the move. Pass the sticks and still on his feet.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Right back to the well. Fights off the defender. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line.
I'll tell you what, when those little guys make those physical plays like that, it kind of jacks everybody up in the huddle because it's usually the guy breaking ankles, but he's like breaking tackles. Now he's giving you some serious energy.
Got a man, and this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defense.
Touchdown, Longhorn! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Yeah, how about the design of the play? Doing a great job. Get it to your man, your running back, now turn receiver in space, and let him do damage. Let him catch the football. He can do the rest. Be that special player in space that you know he is, and get into the end zone.
And the extra point makes it 7-3. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Moore. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking downfield, it's Hoover. Dances away. Fires downfield. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead, but with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Using the quick game. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Leaves it with the running back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. The shotgun on third down. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to throw. It's Hoover. Pulls it in. It's Cobb.
Hey, guys, this running back's not just catching checkdowns or swing routes. You can get him vertically down the field and let him go to work, especially when you get man coverage. Take advantage.
And the Bulldogs in a good spot here with second and short. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
Man, it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air on first down. Makes the catch. It's Wallace. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Complete some of these hitch throws early. You're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that. And then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
The Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking to throw on first down. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And the Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Back to throw, it's Hoover. Here comes the Heat. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. The Longhorns will kick it away to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Had to throw it before he wanted. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Finds his man. It's Cobb. Nice pick up there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Caught over the middle, it's Moore. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
Well, it looks to me like the offense made some adjustments at halftime. Only 3 points in the first half. But here we go in the first drive of this third quarter. And this quarterback looks locked in. Really nice throw there to pick up the first down.
Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to get rid of it. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only first down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Touchdown, Fresno State! They take the lead with the 6. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. A 69-yard touchdown drive, and they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun to give to the back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Running to the left. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. That's the end of the quarter, guys, and Fresno State is on top. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Got his man on the right. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
And this is why checkdowns are so big. There's a lot of quarterbacks in these types of situations on third down. They just want to make the home run, highlight-type throw. But a nice job being poised and making a good decision, checking it down to the running back here to help your offense out.
From the gun, the running back has it. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. From the gun, the ground game. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
The name of the game right now is getting yards and getting them in chunks. However you want to do that. I'm fine running the football, but you've got to be more productive than what we've seen on these last 2 plays.
Dropping back, it's Hoover. Quick strike complete. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Gotta have it here on 4th down. Got his man quickly. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And once again, you see how valuable the tough little slot receivers are on 4th down.
You isolate those guys, get the matchup you want, and now go win. Nice job by this offense, getting the matchup on 4th down, and the QB seeing it, throwing a strike, getting the first down.
This defense giving up ground, and he's finally knocked down at the 26.
Defense is about getting the guy on the ground, holding on for dear life. It's hard, I know, with so much speed on the outside, but you got to get that guy on the ground. When you miss one tackle, next thing you know, all that extra yardage is killing your defense.
The Longhorns will have it 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unleashes one. Got his man downfield. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down. So the opportunity with a touchdown here to take a 4th quarter lead. They'll run it on 1st and goal. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Quarterback will keep it. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Timeout is called by the defense. 19 ticks remaining. Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Direct snap. Touchdown, Texas! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Texas.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Cobb. Sometimes you just have to take the touchback. They get him down at the 4-yard line. They are pinned deep in their own territory. They'll snap it from their own 4 to start the drive. Back to pass, it's Hoover. A strike downfield. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. With the catch, it's Wallace. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds the tight end. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. To the air on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. In the postgame, if you start asking about the offensive struggles, the coach is probably going to say, let me tell you something, Mr. Television Announcer. They don't ask me how I won. They ask me if I won.
That is all that matters, Mr. Television Announcer, but I think you'd want to play better on offense. You'd want to score more points, but Reese, Jesse, I want to learn as I win. I don't want to learn as I lose.
And I know you're loving this one, David, because in today's era of modern college football, with all these spread offenses and up-tempo, we're